AI overlords. Mark Zuckerberg's coming for your sheet.
Maybe he hasn't like downloaded the human mannerisms yet.
Beep boop pop.
Beep boop beep.
I'm the Lizard King.
Welcome to the TLDR channel. Every week we dive deep into different Reddit threads to bring you the best and worst Reddit has to offer. Hi guys, welcome to our channel TLDR. And today's story is, I totally forgot the name of it. You're gonna have to take it away.
Today's topic is family matters. Post 1. Am I the asshole for pretending I don't have any money so my family won't bother me? Alright, here it is. My wife, 52 female, and I, 51 male, recently partly retired with $4 million in savings. $1 million in which is our home. I'm a systems engineer. My wife was an RN. I still work part-time contract, but less than 20 hours a week, and my wife is fully retired. We are very frugal and try to save money where we can. I've also made it clear to my wife to never tell my family that we have money and pretend that we're dead broke. Her family knows we do well, but they never ask for money. My family won't stop asking for money. My mom, dad, brother are terrible with money. My dad and my brother both work at oil and gas, which results in a few fat years of tons of money coming and following up with layoffs. Not saying the layoffs are their fault, but they have never saved up for anything. So they run up their credit cards to pay for everything. My parents have both borrowed against their house so many times that they effectively haven't paid anything towards the principal. And they have had that house for 35 years. They should be retired and can't and my dad recently had to go back to work as a bus driver because they can't afford anything right now and they have no money. My brother inherited their spending habits and has his own alcohol issues. He's currently through his second divorce. I didn't tell my son not to tell his grandparents. We recently retired and they found out from my son. They called me angry, but clearly, but because we lied about being broke for years. But clearly if we can retire and have savings, they are mad that I didn't tell them. They have on several occasions, I can't read today. I didn't tell them because I know the results and they would just ask for money constantly. They have on several occasions when we went on vacation, they found out via Facebook and came knocking for money. We lied and told them we want some money but had spent it all on vacation. Am I obligated to tell them? I don't feel so because both my parents and brother made a lot over their careers, but my dad is in his 70s and still working, and I'm sure they are contacting me to ask me for money. Am I an asshole if I continue to pretend I have none?
Do you want to go first or should I go?
I'll let you go first.
Okay. So if you would have given me this story like a couple years ago, I would be like, yeah, you're the asshole. But with everything that I have gone through personally, I would say that this person is not the asshole. Like, in the Latino community and just like the culture, family is everything. So sacrifice is a big part of our culture. You sacrifice sometimes yourself, your education in order to help the rest of your family. But I no longer believe that you should sacrifice your well-being for even your family. You got to take care of yourself. I'm very much all about the self-love now. And I would have been saying, yeah, you're the asshole a couple years ago, but I think differently now. So
I would say not the asshole. I don't really mind. If you have that much money, sure. I wouldn't really mind giving some money. But they seem kind of ungrateful or even expecting that they deserve a portion of that money. Now, if they would have came and been like, hey, we know you guys are doing well and I hate asking for this, but can we get some money? And then maybe if you think about it, if you be like, hey, I want you to go over like a spending plan or some type of way to help them be better about their money and to actually know that if you do give them money,
Yeah.
that they will actually use it for a purpose that makes sense and isn't just being blown on who knows what they're buying this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I would be like, hey, it's not as big of a deal, but they seem pretty, they're acting like they deserve it, or that, just because they're family, that, they should get a portion.
Entitled.
Yeah, entitled. Gosh,
Yes.
I could not think of that word. Yes. Yeah, they are acting very entitled, which maybe
Isn't the best approach.
Yeah, not the best approach, and I don't know how their family is, so I can't really judge. And it doesn't seem like the parents probably contributed much to the children, but like if they paid for his college, I'd be like, maybe you should consider giving him some, but it doesn't really seem that way. So I'm gonna say not the asshole. I think that they could approach it in a way better manner than they did, which obviously didn't happen.
Well, also, the dad is like 70. I wouldn't want my mother working at 70 years old. So, like, for me, I guess that part would be difficult to conceptualize because I just wouldn't want to put my mommy through that.
Yeah, I mean, they have $4 million at their 50s. If you're smart with your money, that house is already worth a ton. I'm very skeptical that it would continue increasing in home value significantly, because I know once your house gets to a certain point of money, the price fluctuates quite heavily. And I'm not sure how that works when it comes to, well, it's got to be a really big city or a really nice area, but they could live off dividends the rest of their life. If they're smart with their investing, and still make more technically if they invest in companies that give dividends and are a growth stock. But anyways, then talking about money, not the asshole. There could be, other circumstances where they could help, but in this limited amount of information we received, not the asshole, and they definitely don't. You're not obligated to give them any money. Let's go over the top half. Not very controversial. Everyone, who wants to see the dogs?
You're gonna say that every video.
Not every video, just some of them. Alright, top comment. Not the asshole, but grow a pair. You're having your wife cut your hair so your family thinks you don't have money. What? Did I read that? Tell your family you worked hard for your money and you'll choose how you spent it. I also hope your wife is actually as frugal as you are and wasn't trapped in a bizarre game you're playing. She deserves to be able to enjoy the fruits of her labor instead of hiding her financial status from her in-laws. From username Nubian Excess. Alright, I'm going to say this comment is really weird.
Where did the hair thing come from?
I have no idea. Hold on, I'm going to read through it. You can respond to that while I read through this just to make sure.
Okay, I'm sure it wasn't easy. I'm sure they had to sacrifice a lot of things just to get to that point. Yeah, you make pretty good money doing these jobs, but you're also sacrificing a lot. Like, when we first started, we would save our money and we made a lot of sacrifices. We tried not to go out to eat and didn't get to have as many experiences as we do now. But because we have a little more disposable income, we're able to go on trips more, go out to dinner, and not think twice about it. But when you're struggling as a college student, young couple, it's hard. It's rough out there.
Alright, let me just add on this comment. There's no point in this post did they mention getting self-haircuts. I don't know where this person is coming on with this. This person is salty for no reason.
Yeah.
No one's giving you money, Nubian Excess, alright? You sound like a... Alright?
Oh my gosh.
Alright, so not to ask about growth. You're having your wife cut your hair so your family thinks you don't have money. What? Where do they come up with that? Not in the post at all. Didn't talk about cutting their hair. They said he was frugal.
It might not have been in the post, but it might have been a response somewhere along the line.
Yeah, maybe, but still stupid. Yeah. And then he's accusing him of playing some type of game and saying his wife can't enjoy their finances. She's retired. She's not working. She's 51.
Oh, wow.
She's not working at all. She's going on vacations.
Yeah.
She's enjoying the fruits of her labor, I promise you. She has $4 million. Her house is probably close to paid off, if not already paid off. And she doesn't have to work anymore, and her husband probably works part-time because he enjoys his work, or he just likes to have that extra income.
That's gotta be us. That's gonna be us.
Well, I mean, that's the fruits of her labor. They have a ton of money.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
for sure.
It's saying that, like, he's, like, holding her back. Like, what?
That's why.
She's retired, bro. She's 50 and retired. Like, 50 is not the prime age, but 50-year-olds still, I know my dad retired at 50 and that dude was doing whatever he wanted. He mows lawns because he likes to do it for some reason, but, he likes doing it. So, he retired when he was 51.
Something to do.
He went on bike rides. Mm-hmm. He's been all over the, different countries. He does whatever he wants. Honestly, if I were him, I would be so bored. But, he loves it. And he's not blowing all his money in one go. Poster. What are you talking about, bro? This person's crazy. Alright, let's do a controversial comment. This one's bad. This one is you, like 8 years ago. Controversial comment. I'm sad to the fact that money is valued over family to even know who the asshole is. How can you watch your parents work to death, and how can a parent be angry, envious about their child's success? From Tastins. Tastins? Whatever.
Okay, yeah. That was absolutely, like, my train of thought a couple years back. I would never put anything above family, not even money. Growing up, actually, I would help financially, contribute, and that's like a whole nother rabbit hole. But basically, I just saw that I was not appreciated, and I was being taken advantage of, taken for granted. So really, it just made me reshape my way of thinking. And now I know that you can choose your family and you can choose yourself too.
I think that this is a good point to the fact that, taking care of your family is really important. Taking care of your parents is really important. But you can't, even being humble and caring about your family, there's also a line to where you're not really helping the situation at all. It's like I can't come up with a good analogy for this, but
it's the fishing story, like teach them how to fish and not just give them a fish for a day, something like that. You know.
I don't know. That's the type of analogy.
Okay, well, that's the one that I was thinking of. But also, you can't do it too. You can't help.
Hey, is it my turn or is it your turn?
Go ahead.
What was I saying? Yeah, taking care of your family's important. But, you can't enable them, right? If they're going to be making bad decisions, if they're not going to actually use your money and use it wisely, then you can't really just enable them by giving them money. Yeah, now, like I said earlier, coming up with a solution, okay, maybe you could work through that to that point, but you need to get to that point before you even start thinking about giving them money. Otherwise, you're just going to be pouring your money down the drain. Yeah. Right? Like, they can be adults. They're almost, your dad is 70, your mom is probably close to that age, I would assume. So they can be adults as well and, come up with a smart spending plan. And obviously that dude's not going to go work on an oil rig anymore. That dude's 70 years old. But you know, he needs to just come up with a better way to manage his money, or you know, take care of his debts.
I think another interesting aspect of it is how the brother and the dad are bad with money, but OP is good with money. Not even like your family will teach you about money. I mean, they will, but their habits aren't necessarily going to be your habits. So you can definitely just learn how to save efficiently, properly, whatever.
Yeah, I was poor growing up, so I learned how to save money.
No, this man hoards money. It's not saving.
I
It's
grew
just
up-
like a hoarder.
I grew up poor.
Yeah.
Till I was 10. Then I didn't grow up poor anymore.
And he was not so poor.
Thanks to good young homie Jesus Christ. Just kidding, it wasn't Jesus. Well, it might have been.
It might have
Or
divine intervention.
could have been Buddha too. Just
Okay.
kidding. Buddha's not really a god. He's a... Anyways, let's keep going.
Yeah, you're getting off topic. Chamaco.
Okay. Follow-up question.
Okay.
Would you give your parents money like this? Leave us, or are you been in a similar situation to this? Leave a comment down below. I'm sorry, my words jumble together when I speak really fast, so I need to enunciate. I'm sorry.
Yes, thank you. Actually, I'm going to answer that. I would set an allowance for them, and you know, they can do what they want with the money, but it would be set to an allowance, because eventually I do want to take care of my parents, but I don't want it to be at the detriment of myself, my family, or my mental state.
Post 2.
I was asking you, how about you?
Post 2.
Okay. You're just not going to answer the question.
Am I the asshole for not wanting my in-laws living with us?
Mm-hmm.
I, 37 male, live with my partner, 37 female, and 2 children. A few years back, my wife's parents decided that they wanted to change cities, be closer to us and the kids.
Yeah.
So they sold their house and moved in with us whilst they found a new place. The plan was for this to take 3 months or so. Almost immediately, it became clear that the in-laws had differing opinions on what they wanted out of a house. Father-in-law wanted a big place. Mother-in-law wanted a small place, more manageable. They were both in their late 60s. It also became clear that they didn't do any market research and that the place they sold wouldn't give them enough funds to buy a place in our city. So they need to manage their future plans somewhat. After about 7 months, they land a place that requires a moderate amount of work. They spend a few months looking for a builder, find one, but haven't really thought about the work they wanted to be done, and let the contractor take the lead. Eventually he gets bored with the job and they're back looking for builders again. I don't know what that means. Maybe because they kept changing their minds?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my wife and I are having conflict about this. From her perspective, she'd do anything for her parents and wants them to help them out. From my perspective, my first duty is to my family, wife and kids, and am willing to help the in-laws to a point. My main concern is that the in-laws don't have much of a plan. Their vibe is, don't worry, it'll all work out. Which is fine, but I'm spending my weekends helping them clean up their renovation instead of spending time with my kids. Furthermore, they don't contribute to household expenses. They buy their own food, but we pay for all the utilities. My wife and I have disagreements about how to handle the living arrangements, and I would like to have a sit down and discuss the situation with all the adults. Note to them that they've been here for 2 years now, and that I'd like to understand how they can contribute to the household expenses whilst they progress their plans to move out. My wife doesn't want to discuss it at all and often cites that they'll move out soon, so leave it for now. So I've heard this for the last 18 months, and now we're at the almost 2-year mark.
Yeah.
It's gotten to a point that I just don't want them here and have become distant about the whole thing. I don't want to talk to my wife about it, as it just aggravates the marriage, and I barely talk to the in-laws anymore, as I feel they're responsible for much of this. So overall, am I an asshole for wanting my in-laws to move out or start contributing to household expenses, or both?
That's a lot, and I'm gonna let you take the lead on this because we have already discussed this.
I mean, yeah, it's not very controversial, but this is a little different situation as they're not really taking advantage of it. I feel like this is the type of family where they're just like very absent-minded about tasks, maybe.
Yeah.
So they're kind of and probably the wife here is maybe helping contribute to it because she doesn't mind it at all. So she makes it seem like it's probably not a bother to the parents, in which they may assume that if it doesn't bother her, then it's okay. Which if he's not reflecting his feelings to them or communicating to them that, hey, there needs to be a time limit on this because it's not working out for me, right? And that's okay. Sure, will it hurt someone's feelings and, get a little aggravated? Sure, but, you can't just be suffering by yourself because, they're taking too long and have no plans, right? They're just willy-nilly going about it, right? Willy-nilly, all right? A little bit of nilly in the willy, right? So I think that neither of them are an asshole. I think there just needs to be some good communication. Obviously, the wife, you gotta bring your wife in on it. She's not gonna. You just gotta get her to support you and get her to understand your side. Even though she won't agree with it, she just has to understand how you're feeling, which is okay. You don't have to agree on everything, all right? But she needs to understand where you're coming from so it makes sense. So when you talk about it, then no one's getting upset, and you guys can proceed and get this past you. Like 2 years is a long time. That's not a little time. That's a long time. I'd have been like 1 year, be like, oh, it's good. Been living there quite a while. Get out. But yeah, they just need to communicate. No, I don't think anyone's an asshole here. I think that you just need to be responsible and just communicate a little bit better.
Well, also, I can't imagine the grandparents not helping out. Maybe not financially, but watching the kids, or maybe like driving them to and fro. So
yeah, it doesn't say how old their kids are, so I'm not really sure. Yeah,
they can't be that.
I mean, they're 37. They could either be probably as well. Knowing our friend, they could be 3. Got the tweens, but I mean, they could be probably almost 18 by that point too. I'd probably say they're probably around like early adolescence to early teen, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Okay, top comment, not the asshole. It's a hard situation for you and your wife. I understand she doesn't want to offend her parents, but at the same time, it's hurting your marriage and kids. I think you need to sit down, like you said, get a game plan, end date to move out. Not very controversial. Don't really, I guess that's top comment. Pretty sensible.
Yeah.
I guess so we can move on to the controversial comment. Not the asshole. Kick them out and divorce your wife. That's where you are heading to. Divorce. From alarming delay 3709. The previous comment was Dusty Gate. So alarming delay. Going straight to the D word. Dill pickle.
The dill pickle.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say going straight for the jugular. But okay.
I don't know if that's a divorce per se, but it definitely isn't, because I mean, in his post, he was saying nothing about being that upset with his wife. He just doesn't want to aggravate her. He's not saying like he resents her. Sure, is it a little rough patch? I'm sure it is, but I doubt that. Well, you never know, but I doubt that, anything the way he was speaking didn't seem like it was like compromising his feelings for his wife or like putting them in such a bad situation where they couldn't, be together.
I think he does harbor a lot of resentment towards the parents, though. Because
Oh,
he's
for
not
sure.
even talking to them.
Yes, that is for sure, and that's why he does need to communicate. Because, if you're not even talking to your parents, come on, bro. You live in the same house, you kind of have to talk to people, even though it's annoying.
I would guess that makes things a little tense, so I can't imagine the parents not knowing his feelings.
They could probably sense it a little more.
Yes.
You can sense the tension.
Exactly.
Alright, he's not very controversial.
No.
Family matters.
But they were good topics. I think it was more, this is more
We
like...
gotta get the hot ones. Gotta get the
Finance.
hot topics.
Hot topics.
I gotta find them sneaky ones.
Did you read the stories beforehand?
Well, yeah, I had the TLDR.
No.
Too long, didn't read. Alright, but I did. We'll read it.
No! I don't read my stories. I just put it...
How are you supposed to TLDR it?
Because I don't do it. I use software.
Too short, didn't read.
AI, I guess.
Oh, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Coming for your jobs, people. She's taking your job already.
It's a very handy tool.
Supporting the communist regime. AI overlords. Mark Zuckerberg's coming for your sheep.
Okay, I'll make sure to edit that out.
What? How's that? This is not controversial. Zuckerberg is the freaking lizard king. He's coming for us.
I thought he was a robot. Which
No.
one is it?
He could be either. He's definitely a lizard, though. Dude, have you seen him? He's a fucking lizard. He's gotta be. Dude is weird. He's definitely a lizard.
Maybe he hasn't downloaded the human mannerisms yet.
Beep boop pop.
Beep boop beep.
I'm the lizard king. Alright, follow-up question. Would you allow your parents to stay this long?
You know that I want to house my parents, so... Well, my mother.
It depends on my expectations. If I expected them to stay for a long period, I wouldn't mind as much. Now, if I expected them to only stay a month and they decided to stay 5 months, I'd be like, when are you going home?
Yeah, but you're not shy about bringing that stuff up.
Yeah, because what's there to be shy about?
Fair enough. Okay, but thank you guys for joining us on another episode of TLDR. And we are going to post consistently twice a week, so stick around if you want to get to know us better and make us, not make us, let us know your thoughts on the comments down below. So
Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard.
make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more episodes. Drop your comments, suggestions, and thoughts on these stories. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep on living.